It's haloreach time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the 1K Toys re-added haloreach Jun A266 Spartan. That's a long-ass title, but yeah, I love haloreach, and when these guys first were announced, I was beyond excited. But I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Noble 6 has been a disappointment. Carter has been an even bigger disappointment, and at this point, I'm not really holding my breath anymore. Why do I still buy these figures? So I can review them and tell them if you should get them or not, because they come at a very hefty price point. Jun's a sniper, and as such, also the only one who survived Reach. And that's about it. Let's get into the review. And before we get into this review, I would really like you to like, subscribe, comment, share this video around if you can. It really helps me out. And for the question of this review, who's your favorite member of Noble Team? Size of Jun, he stands at about almost, well, 17 and a half, a little over that, centimeters to the top of the head. And for your inches, we are going up to, let me straighten this out, a little over 7.1 inch tall. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, Yasage Figure Arts Son Goku, McFarlane Toys Master Chief, Play Arts Kai Master Chief, 1000 Toys Noble Team alongside, you guessed it, Master Chief and Darkseid.
Overall look in detail, I feel like it's a tiny bit better than Carter, but yeah, we still have a loose torso joint, and we still have very plasticky looking armor with not a hint of metallic on there, except for the visor, and we do have these kind of small vents. That's like a metallic. There could have been some metallic over there and like a little bit maybe on the crotch piece, but no. Back to the helmet, though I gotta say this figure does have a little bit more paint than Carter. We have the metallic visor, which looks great. Have a little bit of black on there. And this is just printed on, it looks very shiny. And then the entire scarf thingy, it's just like a big hunk of plastic. I don't know, it's kind of hard to do like a good looking scarf because it was all ripped up in the game. At least there's some shading to it, so it looks a little bit dirtier. It doesn't look as squeaky clean as the rest of the figure, which has been a common issue with all of these guys. Then we have the UNSC pack, med pack or whatever it is in the back, which looks fairly good. I mean, again, there's a little bit of paint that goes into that one. I have the UNSC logo, and it's on a soft plastic connection. And also we have the bullets on the side over here. I think, yeah, those are also metallic. Good on them. Although what's the holster of it, what holds on to the bullets, seems like more blue plastic, which isn't even combined correctly. What they also did is you can see the paint over here, and I swear at first I was like, ooh, paint issues. No, I'm 99% sure they did this on purpose, because you have the exact same spot on this side that you have on the other side, which is great. Okay, so I'm kind of like, okay, well, at least you did try to do some weathering on this guy, even though you didn't do it very well, but yeah, for this kind of okay, right? We have a knife which you cannot remove as of Carter, and then there's some more black paint on the forearm as we move down to the chest area. At least this time everything seems to look alright. Again, with Carter, I felt that there's a lot of points of the armor that wasn't even painted at all, where they should have been painted. There should have been something, right? Well, we do have something on the, what was it called? I think it's a PDA. It has the right color, but would it kill you to put any kind of detail onto the screen instead of just giving it this ugly-ass brown? If, you know, out of all the colors, anything but that. As I move down to these tiny, tiny details over there, which I can't even read, it's so small. Crotch piece area. Turn it around to the back for the butt. I don't have anything to hold on to the gun on the back, but he does have a sniper, so we don't really put the sniper on the back. I mean, you could, but this figure, yeah. Like, even if you try, by the way, none of this is removable. Why this is soft plastic? The scarf is fully locked in. You can't just take it off or anything. But, also this part, also cannot take that off. The one part that you can take off is the med pack or whatever the package is supposed to be for, you can take this off, which is pretty cool. On the other hand, you have nothing to cover this up, so if you want to take it off, you have this weird hole over there. Would it have killed you to put a little bit of black plastic over there? Nah. I guess you could switch it with somebody else from Noble Team, and at least you have that. Yay! A sort of accessory, which isn't really an accessory. Moving down to the UNSC logo, and another line that looks all damaged, and you know, it's cool, but that's not how you approach weathering. And down to the shoes, which are a little bit colder. I think there's some die cast, like in the heel, by the way. I don't think I've ever noticed that for the other guys. A little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Could have used more, but hey! It's an improvement over Carter. Not much has changed for the articulation. As I mentioned before, the torso is still wobbly as all hell. The hat does work around quite decently on the ball itself because they hollowed out the helmet, so you can bring it back and down, back and forth, side to side, and can swivel it. And then you have this entire joint in the neck area, so you can bring that forward like this, move it up quite nicely. So I mean, head articulation, considering the big bulky chest area, it's quite fine, I'd say. For your shoulder connection, you have ball joint in there, which ends on a hinge, and you do also have butterfly joint, so you can bring that forward just a little bit, and also can shift it up and down, and a little bit back and forth. And then the hinge as well, it does like to pop off, but at least it's easy to pop it back in. But move it up, and you can bring the hinge up and down. Not too much, because obviously the knife gets into the way, but there you go. Here it is a little bit more free, and you also have a swivel on the ball itself. Double hinged elbow with another swivel in the middle. That always, like, just be careful to how you line it up, otherwise it doesn't move out all the way and can be swiveled. Then the fist is on a ball hinge and ends on another ball joint, so can bring that back and forth, can bring that up and down, and also rotate it. No problemo. For the chest area, do have some back and forth movement, just quite decent. Side to side, but not really any swiveling. You can hear the noise it makes, so I'm not going to force any more. Back and forth motion is nice, and then you have this panel which you can also push back. So it lines up if you get them all the way back, and it lines up if you go all the way forward. That's nice. Then the hip part on the lower half also has some side to side wiggling, and obviously back and forth, which we have a swivel on the hip level, and we have these parts which you can move out of the way. It tucks in there quite nicely. I mean, it does. At least that's not a floppy bit, and I'm thankful for that. So you can move that up and down. It's connected in the back. For your leg movement, let's get this out of the way real quick. Leg moves forward, leg moves out to the side, and leg moves to the back. Can be swiveled on the ball. And then for the knees, have a double hinge. Looks good enough, I feel like. Yeah, not much to complain there. And for the foot, we go up and down. Does have a beautiful pivot and can also be swiveled. No biggie. And then we also finally have a toe hinge, and the plate on the front has a little bit of wriggle room once again, moving out of the way if you move the toe up. Accessories, or the lack thereof. At least this guy has a sniper rifle, which already puts it over all the other figures. Or does it? Well, first and foremost, the sniper rifle does look nice. I don't have any issues with it visually, except for the big hinge over here. But that's to put it on his back, but you can't put it on his back because once again he has the backpack and there's nothing really. You can't get... There's not even a hole, and if it is there, it's like up there where the scarf is, so... But you can put it on any other Noble Team member if you want to, so that's fine. The one thing I'm a little bit disappointed. There's like also a little bit of paint on the visor or whatnot, but you can't even move anything around. You can't take the magazine off, and you can't even move this down. Really? Really? What was stopping them? What was stopping them from doing anything over there where you could just move it down? Huh? Why? Why? I want to know. And we have some trigger fingers. Some large trigger fingers. And then we have some holding hands for like to hold a grenade, which it doesn't have. If my camera would focus, but it's just holding hands. Nothing too special. And we have like grabbing hands, booby grab hands. Haven't said that in a while. And these would be like for the swords, which again he doesn't come with. Whee! Final thoughts. What I can say is that it's better than Carter, but not by much. We still have a lack of overall paint. We have a lack of overall polish. We have a lack of accessories. We have a lack of improvement. We still have shoulders that disconnect too easily. We still have a floppy torso piece. And generally speaking, something that shouldn't be $150. Yes, this is the regular version. The PX exclusive is 200, which gives you a different visor and an extra gun, I think. The point is, whichever version you are getting doesn't matter, because both of them are too expensive. So as much as I want to like these haloreach figures because I love Reach and I always wanted figure and I like the size, and generally speaking I don't think the figure is awful trash garbage, the figure is just not that good at the price point. I'm kinda hoping that they do something for Kat and George, because they can't just recycle the same old body as they have done so far with everybody, because you know you can get away with that. That's not a knock on them, but at least fix the freaking torso. Anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Jun wants.